Hi, my name's Jordan, and I chose to do my country presentation on Switzerland. I actually got the chance to go to Switzerland this last year. I ended up there on accident. I was studying abroad, and on my way back from France, took the wrong train, ended up in Switzerland. It happens, but I couldn't have been happier. It became my favorite country I've ever been to. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more as to why Switzerland's an amazing place. So beginning first with a country overview. The location, it is bordered by France, Italy, Germany, and Austria, so it's kind of centered right in Europe. The population is 8 million. The currency, they use the Swiss franc, so they are not a part of the European Union, so they use the Swiss franc. And the main languages that they speak, they have four nationalized languages. Those include German, French, Italian, and Romansh. And then their majority of people there are Christian. That is their major religion, but they have other religions as well. Looking at their political system, so they have a very similar political system to the United States. They do have federalism and a direct democracy, so people have the power to vote and make active change. They do not have an official capital, but Bern is recognized kind of as their main economic capital. They have 3 political levels. This includes the Confederation, the 26 cantons, and 2,250 communes. So this is kind of how the country's divided up, how we have counties, states, that sort of thing. And then their parliament is made up of 246 members. And then from the parliament, they elect 7 members who make up a federal council. Switzerland by the numbers, so kind of looking at all of these fun numbers, their GDP is 705 billion US dollars. Their GDP per capita is 81,993 US dollars, so that is an extremely high GDP per capita. Their GDP growth rate is 2.8%, so it's right in between that 2 and 3%, so it's a very healthy growth rate. The exchange rate is 1 Swiss franc to every 1.09 US dollars. Their Human Development Index is 0.946, so it's actually the second highest in the world, right behind Norway. So it has a really great, awesome development index. The cost of living index I thought was really fun to include just because it is the highest in the world. It's at 122.4, making it the most expensive place to live, which I definitely recognized as I went to a McDonald's there and their Big Mac index is 6.91 US dollars. So that is crazy expensive for a Big Mac, so I didn't do a lot of eating out while I was there. Looking at their economy, their major imports and exports. So in 2018, their imports accrued 294 billion US dollars, while their exports were looking about 310 billion. Their leading imports include gold, packaged medicaments, jewelry, and cars. Similarly with those leading exports are very similar, but additionally they have blood, vaccines, that sort of thing that they export. And their major import sources and export destinations are super similar as well. And those include Germany, Italy, France, China, and the US, as well as a few other countries that make up that bluish part that you see at the bottom. Looking at their cultural values and norms. So a big thing that I noticed there is that they are super punctual. They're a very punctual country. So if you make a meeting or any sort of business meeting, you want to make sure you show up right on time, if not early. They're a very hardworking and reliable people. I put in that the city changes at 10 because it's very similar to a lot of other countries in Europe where after 10 p.m. it's kind of tradition just to quiet down, not be yelling through the streets, and just kind of be respectful of the people that live there. They're a very introverted and neutral country, so since they don't have very strong beliefs on any sort of particular topic, they don't get involved in a lot of wars or anything. Switzerland is extremely neutral, so I wouldn't bring up too many political values or anything while going there. They are masters of chocolate, which I absolutely love. So I know that the Toblerone, which is from Switzerland, it actually is in the shape of a triangle because it represents the Matterhorn that's in Switzerland. They're super environmentally friendly, which is awesome. They have so many recycling centers all throughout the country. They have very specific laws. So on their highways, actually everything you have to pay for. So there's just certain laws with what you can and cannot do. So you might want to have to research those before going. They're very great, and you want to make sure you respect their privacy and discretion. And their motto is unity, yes, and uniformity, no. So they want to make sure they're together as a country. but they love individualism and everybody kind of becomes their self, and like that. And then also in the bottom left, you'll see these big long horns, and those are called Alp horns, and those are very central to their culture as well. So some global business opportunities that are in Switzerland. There's some great advantages to doing business in Switzerland. They are the most innovative country in the world. So as you can see, innovation, they pour a lot of money and research into innovation, just because they want to be a high global power. They have great technology, political stability, firm economic system. They have an awesome education and health department as well. They have great, strong international relations because, like I said earlier, they're a very neutral country, so they're able to kind of converse with every country. They don't have a lot of ill will with any other countries, and they also have a very high standard of living. They also have top rankings in their international location, just because it is a very strategic location, being right in the middle of Italy, Germany, France, that sort of thing. So looking at Switzerland in the recent headlines, so I thought this was pretty interesting. Geneva is actually raising their minimum wage to the highest in the world. So it's going to be right around 25 francs, which is about 21 euros, and it equates right around there for US dollars as well. So I thought that was really interesting. Coronavirus-wise, they're not doing extremely well. Our CDC warning for them is a level 3, which is risk is high. But that's kind of similar to how a lot of those European countries are. But actually, the Swiss economy jumped into a 10-year high after extreme lows from the coronavirus. So that was just a few days ago. And so their economy is doing actually super well, and they're bouncing back from COVID, which is great. So I wanted to wrap it up by giving them kind of a letter grade, and I would definitely give them an A. They are one of the happiest countries in the world with extreme attention to innovation, a great place to do business, breathtaking scenery. I remember taking the train and my mouth was just in awe the whole time. I just could not believe the mountains, the scenery, the environment, and the city is very clean, very fun, and the people are so sweet. It's a democratic and powerful economy, and not to mention, they are the best chocolate makers in the world. So if you love chocolate like me, you will absolutely love Switzerland. And then, yeah, so these are my references, and thank you so much. I definitely would recommend checking out Switzerland for either business, going there to visit, whatever it may be. Just do it after COVID, and you'll have a great time. Thank you so much.